Hi guys, welcome back to the farm. We have traded in some of our rain for some fog, as you can see or not see very well. There's Cal. Cal doing his thing. He's starting to follow us around on chores, which has been nice. I've been getting a lot of new viewers lately, a lot of questions about our barns. So we've got our farrowing barn. I know I'm saying it wrong. And we've also got these other barns out in the fog here, as you can see. So we're gonna go over those today, talk about them, what we like, what we don't like, what we wish we could change, tell you a little more about our barns. So let's go check them out. All right, we'll go to these barns here. These are the first ones we had put on our property, and we were very excited about them. They are, I'll show you the outside dimensions from the top view of this fancy drawing. 16 by 16, and each stall is 8 by 8. So let's take a look from the inside here. We really like the setup. We only have one door opening on each side. That way we could kind of separate the pigs. If we had multiple males in one of these barns, we could put them kitty corner, and that way they couldn't see each other and kind of not really have issues fighting. But as we go in here, here's our stalls. The biggest thing is we put the wood on the sides, so that way when they're scratching or leaning up against it, they're not gonna push out that metal. But this is basically it. 16 by 16, like I said, doors on sides, opposite sides. Nobody is in here obviously right now, and this is one of the things that we don't particularly like about this one. But it's not the barn, it's just the placement of it. It's really wet here this time of year, and so some of these stalls get pretty wet. That's why nobody's in here right now. The other thing that we would probably change, and we still can, we just haven't done it yet. We don't need the door opening 7 feet high. We could make kind of like a saloon door that opens halfway and up at the top. That way we could just close off the top, close off the bottom a little bit. And the other thing has nothing to do with the build of the barn, but we did put gutters on here so water wouldn't come right down. And this side's fine, but you can see I still have a bunch of fencing to take down, but that will happen. This one here, they should have put the gutter on the other side so it's not right by the door. You can see the pigs have already rubbed up and broke that gutter off. But these barns are super helpful. We wanted them like this so we could rotate the animals around. Obviously this time of year we're not doing much in here, but in the summertime when this grass is growing, this pasture is nice, we can rotate the animals around this barn. So it's a permanent structure, but we still can rotationally graze them around the outside of the barn. If you watch any of our videos this summer, we've got water out here now, so that is super helpful and handy when we're trying to get chores done. So I've got Cal. You ready, bud? You want to, hey, you want to show him? Hey, hey, sit, 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 sit. Good boy. Still working on some stuff. We get Cal here, and we'll go check out the big farrowing barn over here. All right, well, this is the big farrowing barn that we just put up this last spring, and it has been amazing. I'm gonna put up the picture here so you guys can see it again, kind of from a top view. So it's 40 feet long by 24 feet wide, and it's got 6 stalls in it that are 10 by 10, and running down the middle is a 4 foot walkway. And then in that front corner we've got a brooder, which was supposed to be a brooder for the chickens and still kind of is. We'll show you that. And then a storage area on the other side of the brooder. So let's go in here and we'll check out the inside. Once again, we did put water right here, so we've got water access to it. So let's head on in. One of our favorite parts is right here. we added electricity to it. So here you go is our storage. Obviously needs to get cleaned up, but there's so many things going on. It will get cleaned up. But we've got our stalls, 10 by 10 stalls on the inside. 3 on this side, going all the way down. 3 stalls on this side. So we've got the option for 6 pigs at one time. And then as we come back towards the entrance, this is where Cal sleeps at night. But right now, it was our brooder as well. So we've got a light in here as well. And so we have 2 brooders, Cal sleeping in here. But we'll have chickens back in here once spring hits. Don't care for this room. This is some of the things that we wish we could change. This is not the vision I had for it, but it works. We kind of wanted it to be insulated a little bit better, but it is what it is. You guys remember we had rats getting in here, so we had to put the chickens in these brooders. My goal was to just have the chickens free ranging kind of in here, but it didn't work out. We may pour some cement. I don't know exactly what we're going to do with this room, but it is a nice option right now. I guess I need to shut off that light. So a couple of the other things that we did, we just had electricity up here at first, up at each of the lights. So we would have had to plug our heat lamps in, but then we got these extra outlets installed at each of the farrowing stalls, so we can put the heat lamps in each stall separately. So that is super nice. Overall, we love it, guys. Obviously, we love it. It worked great for having all the pigs farrowing and having their babies. One thing that we don't care for, or some things we got to fix, as this ground moves and the pigs move the ground, you can see the space that's coming up under these. And when you have newborn piglets, they could easily get under some of these spots. So I'm gonna have to maybe put a 2x6 along the bottom, or maybe even bring some more dirt in. But that's the barns, 24 wide by 40 feet long, 10 by 10 stalls. The stalls could be a little smaller, but we love to be able to get in here with the pigs, have room, not disturb the mamas, but still be able to be in here with the pigs. So trying to think of anything else. We do have more fans going up. One thing we wish we'd have done, you can put some stuff up on this metal so the condensation doesn't drip down. We did not get that done in here. We have that done in our other barn, but we forgot to add it here. So we can also turn this into another pig stall if we want to, if we need to. But that is the overall dimensions of our barn. Thanks again to our friend Tyler, who got us this Casey Farms sign made when we first got the barn done. So that is pretty cool. We've hung that in here since we've been in here, but that's the barn. We do love it. One thing, you do not need a barn like this for your pigs. We had saved up. We knew it was something we were going to want to do when we first moved here. It took us about 4 years, and then we were able to get the barn. But we had piglets before we had the barn. We just put them in different spots. So you don't need that, but we've had a bunch of people asking about it. So we wanted to show the dimensions, show what we did and why we did it. It wasn't a kit. Honestly, Jamie and I, both of these barns, we sat down, kind of knew what we needed or wanted, drew it up on a napkin, and took it to a builder, local builder, and he was able to build those for us. So it wasn't a plan. It was just kind of from experience and thinking of it, trying to think of everything we wanted. That's what we did. So let's go check at some of these piglets that have been born in here, and these mamas that we put in for spring litters who are going to be coming here, and we'll show you the new pigs, or at least the new mamas. Well, they're not really even new mamas, but the mamas that are going to be having new piglets in the farrowing barn this spring. Let's go check them out. Might as well start with the last pigs that came out of there. These are little hoggers. And like I was saying, this is where we had our first groups of piglets born, was just in this pallet shelter, and it worked just fine. It was big enough. How's everybody doing? There's Gordon, our little boar we're keeping. But so just saying, you don't need to start or even do a barn like that at all, but it was something we wanted to do. This is where our farrowing used to take place, but we'd only have one sow at a time that was having babies. So now we've had more than, we had 5 or 6 in there last time. So it's just nice to have them all in one spot, be able to go in and check them all at one time. So let's head down to the other mamas and see who's going to be back in the barn this spring. Well, before we get to the mamas, we might as well check out the other pigs that have come out of the farrowing barn. And these are our tweeners, teenagers. You guys have seen them a lot, but I just wanted to show them. If you can see them here in the fog, they just got dinner. So we'll show them to you guys. Speaking of these, we had some viewers reach out to us from Germany, Carlo and Doris, and they sent us an awesome postcard and a little gift, and they love some Molly. So Carlo, Doris, thank you guys so much. Here is Molly, looking for any last scraps she can find. Molly, you saying hi to him? So Molly was one of the pigs that grew up in that farrowing barn. But anyway, thank you guys for sending that. We do appreciate your support and following us along on our journey. So I'll give you another picture of Molly. Hey Molly, can you say hi? So there she is. Now, that's another reason we got the barn, because we had so many pigs and we needed space for them. So that's the other reason. But we're on to the new mamas. I keep saying new mamas. The mamas that are actually going to be having babies in the barn again. They're down here through the dense fog into the forest. Let's go find them. All right, I see them back in here finishing up their dinner as well. So we've got 5 girls that are going to be coming into the farrowing barn the end of March. And here's one. Millie will be in there. Willow, the white pig, is going to be in there. Penny will be back in the barn. Josie. And one more, Miss Jellybean. Jellybean. She's busy. Let's show them your cute mug, if you can pick it up out of the dirt. Jelly, hey. Jellybean. Hey, you. Well, those are the 5 that are going. There's Josie. You've met her. She's a talker. But that is why if we have 5 farrowing close to the same time, we needed that space. And it's just so nice to be in there and see all the litters, just walk right down that pathway, check either side, make sure all the babies are doing good. And we'll be putting in Delilah, Chloe, and big old large Marge here in a little while to get them bred for later this spring, summer-ish. Hey Marge. Nobody really wants to say hi. They just want to find the last scraps. Did you find anything? So just wanted to show you who's up and coming. We talked about who we put them in with in another video. So they'll be back in there. We'll deep clean that barn out, get it all nice for them as they get ready to head back in for early spring litters. So we had a lot of questions, guys. I hope that answered your questions to our barns, why we did what we did. Like I said, we just drew them out on a napkin. We thought of everything. We wish we could have changed a few things, but overall, it's a blessing to have them, and they work perfect. So appreciate y'all following along. Don't forget to make the change. We'll see you on the next video.